So I created the greatest sin known to mankind in the gacha space. Without a doubt, if I stay true to my brethren, not brethren, weebs, none of this would have ever happened. I attempted to escape the rabbit hole, the internal cursed energy resonating within the space itself, the forbidden technique, which is embedded easily into the manipulated minds of the gacha space. And so I struck out on my own to face my destiny myself. For those out there who don't know by now, this unspoken law is do not wish for male characters. Yes, male equals bad. These terms have been thrown around in the most degenerate of all gacha games, and I guess rightfully so. Since most gacha games are aimed towards lonely men seeking refuge in artificial love of pixels. And you know what? We damn well enjoy this. Physics and assets greater than the real world themselves. Oh gosh, I'm going to hell. Okay, I'm getting carried away with my inner monologue of sailing the seas with my fellow DJs to find the newest and most down bad waifu. These gacha companies know how to catch a fish from the seas themselves, and I give them that. And this right here is when I made a mistake. I disembarked the ship to paradise in favor of a JoJo character in Honkai Star Rail. Yes, a JoJo character who resembles Gyro Zeppel and Hall Horse, if you know those people. No doubt the corporal weebs were inspired by this to make this character stand out in absolute coolness. This character is rooted in Boothill himself. I'm now wishing for Boothill after scoring both victories over Robin and Topaz. The dopamine rush in my brain affiliated with gacha gambling came to an ultimate cost of my sanity. I lacked the proper wishes to secure not only Boothill, but another subscriber to my YouTube channel. Another disadvantaging factor is that the girlfriend banner is just a few weeks away. With my limited funds both in-game and Wallacone, will I successfully secure Boothill? Or perhaps not. The only hope I have for my unhealthy gacha addiction of winning the 50-50 without breaking the bank, and yes, just as a disclaimer, no one should ever pull beyond their means. And to that girl out there I consider my girlfriend, please forgive me. And yes, I'll talk about you in a few weeks. Firefly. So buckle in everyone, and let's go. After seconds I counted my blessings, I perform a stare down before the catastrophe begins. And then begins our notorious stalling by testing out the cowboy himself. I would like to say those hips don't lie. He is indeed a JoJo inspired character for sure. +1 for the depths. The battle begins and we draw first blow, while 3 companions cheer us on. Poor Belo Algar stood absolutely no chance. Robotron attacks. Boothill strikes with his infamous pose before implanting his physical weakness onto the enemy. We'll say the Brown Dust absolutely isn't a reference to another gacha game called Brown Dust 2. Bronya assists Boothill on completing his bounty and we destroy the robot. This leaves us with the lieutenant. Specs sets up to the plate and fails to debug the Seal main guard. I was left in awe how much failure can exist in a trial character. Thanks to Pella, we end the fight with a boot to the face from Boothill. No pun intended. I stand before 2 beautiful ladies, one the first wife and the other a family friend of the Express before the pulling session begins. Pom Pom cries because I've been playing Wet Away so long. Sorry Pom Pom. We browsed through our inventory and came up with at least 42 wishes in total from the gems. Sorry, I forgot to do my events. And yes, we also did a 5-star check and it seems like it was Topaz and Numby. And at long last, the first 10 pull is initiated. Hook appears and I am immediately disappointed. Feeling deceived, I immediately put the skip button into use on my next 10 pull. Luca brings home the child with him and this makes me want to control Alt F4 myself. We are growing dangerously low on our jade. We go to exchange my temporary dopamine hit for the shop like a drug addict. Specs returns to laugh in my face on my pulls. We hit the ward with our golden ticket to only get depression. This is a repeating factor throughout the video. After scavenging and searching to find nothing, I call it quits to grind out Penacony. I return the next day after a steamy session. We use our standard pulls until we get a dance. This gives us 1 additional pulling power. After hundreds of hours leading to this point, we finally arrive at the peak of every gacha player's desire, their desire 5-star. We close our eyes to manifest luck to only end up with what we didn't want. We are in the denial phase due to losing the 50-50. There are no more words that can be said other than, we have an E1 Himiko. The sad reality of pre-farming is that I pre-farmed for Boothill. Now that all goes into the trash. So I learned my lesson and throw in the towel. I tip my hat in shame, but there's only one positive that comes out of this. Firefly is going to come home. No matter what. Like this video if you plan to pull for her. And so it ends. No Wale-kun, thanks for watching my video of how I given up on Boothill. He ain't gonna be bouncing on my booty.